Hey everybody, welcome to Matt Man, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarin. I'm joined by the man that brings summertime sadness in my life, Rich Stambolian.
I'm so sad when it's hot. I can't deal with it, and I feel like I need to move to a cooler climate. But nothing beats summer in the city,
And nothing beats the Wiz.
That's true. Nothing beats the Wiz. What's going on, my Caribbean Queen?
No, nothing. Fantastic song. Caribbean Queen is the best one. One of the best songs ever.
The construction workers that are working on the building next to me are blasting nothing but Whitney Houston, Caribbean Queen, like
on loop,
just all day. And I'm like, you guys are having a blast.
That's one of my father's favorite songs.
Really?
Loves Caribbean Queen.
Great song.
Loves it.
Great song.
Every party, he would put it on and he would do like this dance to it. Guys, this is a show all about professional wrestling. A lot to talk about today. And man, I really hated that Dynamite ending. It was really, I couldn't believe it.
Me too. You know what?
So bad.
Me too. Like, it was a shock. It was like you're at your buddy's house and you're having an amazing party, right? And then he opens the door and there's like a torrid sex dungeon, and they're like, "What?" Like, yo, I just came here for the party. The party's great. What's this? No, you have to be in this room now.
Is it Nothing Beats the Wiz or Nobody Beats the Wiz?
Nobody
beats the Wiz.
It's Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Nobody beats the Wiz.
Nothing works too.
Nothing beats the Wiz.
You put those guys out of business, right?
I put the Wiz out of business. I'm the king. Wasn't it a Seinfeld episode?
It was a dude.
Elaine was dating the king, the Wiz?
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. A lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Dynamite because I really have to. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I think we got to keep things at the same standard that we keep things at. Yeah. And not cool.
It's so
It was not
silly.
a cool ending.
So silly, dude.
Do you have the notes in front of you? Because I never even opened it.
I do. I did not get a chance to look at them. So if there's something misspelled, listen, the onus will be on the gonzo. It looks like the WWE is officially going back to the UK, Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales.
I don't know why you were going with they're officially going bankrupt. And I'm like, that is not accurate, Rich.
Mr. Gonzo. WWE officially going back to the UK post Pan Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales on Saturday, September 3rd. It looks like close to 60,000 people pre-registered for tickets.
Okay.
For a small island, I don't know how big Wales is. I'm assuming it's like kind of small.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I think a lot of people are going to travel too for it.
From like the UK.
Yeah, I think so. 59,000 pre-registered for tickets, meaning it's not that tickets sold, it's people that pre-registered.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the final number is. This is going to be a big show. It's very possible they could have an actual sellout, and this would be the first stadium sellout that they've had in a very long time.
That would be cool.
Like a real, like not like a. Not going to say an official every ticket was bought by somebody, but I would say that they would fill that building up totally.
It's going to be neat, and you know what's going to be fun? Watching it on TV.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a nice afternoon show. What time does it start? If it's going to be 5 hours ahead of us. So if they do a 6 o'clock start, you're talking a 1 p.m.?
Ooh, baby.
7, yeah, I know, man. I'm getting the tingles.
Ooh, baby, I love it.
Love it. NXT call-ups.
Yeah. I was very giggly today.
I know. You know what? The ETH is pumping. Gunther.
Yep.
And Ludwig. Formal Marcel Bartel.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Okay, they love these German names.
They really do.
Like,
yeah.
And they're coming close. Like, we know. Like, I know what a Kaiser was.
Right.
This is pre, World War II. They had a Kaiser.
Right. You're the only one that knows what
I'm the only one that knows what it is because do you know how many people I saw on Twitter saying that this is like another Nazi reference?
Well, there's the Kaisers and then there's the roles.
There are roles that are Kaisers, and there's also the Kaisers that are pre-World War. Listen, who is selecting these names?
There's got to be somebody back there.
There's got to be somebody.
There's got to be somebody back there. And Raquel Gonzalez, or Raquel Rodriguez, is Raquel Rodriguez, formerly Gonzalez.
Yeah, so Raquel Gonzalez is now Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder why they changed the last name.
And they didn't, you know what? Tommaso Ciampa is on Raw now, and he's keeping his name. They're not calling him like Pizzeria Calamari.
No, but they're going to give Pizzeria Calamari?
Yeah.
Pizzeria Calamari is not good.
No.
The Calamad from like Pizzarama, not great.
No, you don't want to get seafood from
I thought they're going to you know what? But Tommaso Ciampa's too good to ruin.
It really is.
They can't ruin him. He's a Raw guy now. Raul Mendoza is now going by Cruz del Toro.
Great.
All right. You know what? I don't hate that name.
That's
right?
fine.
That's an okay name.
Yeah.
Let's go into this Young Rock stuff also to get this out of the way.
Very interesting.
Okay. They teased Rock and Roman on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like a 5-year-old. This takes place in 1995, apparently. You got Dwayne on the couch, and you got a young Roman Reigns screaming, "Acknowledge me," and wants someone to do a Samoan drop to him.
Mm-hmm.
And The Rock says, no, a match that big only has to take place at WrestleMania. Or only could take place in WrestleMania. So they have now...
How blunt.
I mean, listen, it's gonna... everybody wants it to happen.
It's going to happen.
Like, The Rock has publicly said he wants it to happen. Roman wants it to happen. WWE for...
Oh, my God.
I mean, they're dying for it to happen.
That would print so much money.
But you know what, though? LA makes a lot of sense. And I'll tell you why.
For sure.
Right? The lead up, the XFL season is starting 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you have that. He's definitely going to want promotion. There's a ton of tie-in there between the XFL and WWE. He's going to be on a promotion blitz anyway for this XFL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well use WWE for that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. This is kind of like a side note on this. As a fan, during this lead up, don't you want to see Rock versus Cody?
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've never even thought about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have that built-in story with the bloodline and the tribal chief, and like, I'm the dude, I'm the real dad of the family.
Prince of wrestling.
And
right?
then Cody showing up and being like, by the way, there's more than one wrestling family. What makes you think you can cut the line, right? And then you have that match at Royal Rumble, Rock versus Cody, to see who faces Roman at WrestleMania. And then obviously Rock wins, and then you get that main event.
All right, whatever.
That's fun.
I don't. It is fun. Definitely fun. I just don't know if they'll be able to even contemplate that. The Young Rock stuff, interesting. That's all strategically placed, by the way. Like right after WrestleMania this year, you're kind of to start to tease. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
if it doesn't happen, I would, I would, it would have to be such a fundamental failure. Right? Like, it would have to be, and far bigger, right? And far bigger than like Austin never facing Goldberg or Hogan never facing Austin.
Correct.
It is a far bigger failure because these two are related.
Right.
And they want to get this done. And Dwayne is going to do business for Roman.
For sure.
For sure. Like, he's not going to have a problem with like being put over. And it's such a great swan song to end his career.
Yeah, absolutely.
To end that final, that could be the final, like, okay, we got that passing of the torch moment.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rock's final possible match. We got all these things.
Yeah, Rock is like the gnarliest looking human being on the planet.
You know what? He's from Bobby Lashley's planet.
I don't think so, man.
Planet of Rocks.
I think he's from the adjacent planet.
The adjacent planet?
In which he just lives alone. Because he's so jacked.
Wild.
He was exiled from his home planet.
He was exiled from the home planet. Perfect story. Brock Lesnar will not be at WrestleMania Backlash. He was pulled from all advertising. Did you hear about that? Because I got to be honest with you. Like, I didn't even know he was advertised for it. And
Same here.
I didn't even expect him on the show. Like, it was never brought up that they're going to do something with him on the show. Maybe that they decided... I had never seen anything scheduled for him. My assumption is he's out till possibly Money in the Bank I had heard because it's the stadium show. SummerSlam I had obviously heard. Probably this UK trip. And then the Saudi show.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. This also makes me think, like, I got a quick question for you about the Roman stuff.
Yeah.
And also in relation to Brock. Do you think they're painting themselves in a corner with Roman as far as, like, the length of the title
He's
run?
too untouchable.
He's too unbeatable.
Yeah, so I was talking to Garrett about that on Tuesday. And we were talking about, like, who could face Roman, right? Like, out of all the people that you have available, who is a believable opponent for Roman right now? And we can't go to Cody right now, right? Like, Cody, let's take him out of this.
Sure.
Who is Roman's opponents? Believable babyface. They really don't have one. Drew, right?
The Nakamura thing is interesting.
The Nakamura thing is interesting, but you know that that's just a filler unless they do something interesting with it and they elevate Nakamura somehow. But you can't have Roman lose.
Yeah.
The Usos are now teasing to become undisputed, unified, whatever, tag champions, which I do think we need only one tag title.
Agreed.
Okay. Take a look, and for all the defenders of the bland split, oh, that's a Freudian slip.
Oh, look at that.
The brand split. If you look at the roster, tell me 3 top baby faces as serious opponents for Roman on both rosters.
It's tough.
Take Cody out of it.
Yeah.
Take Cody out of it because he doesn't count right now. You have Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Sure.
Big E if he was healthy.
Yeah.
But he's not here.
For sure.
AJ?
Honestly.
I mean, you've done it. You've told us that he can't beat Roman.
2 guys.
Edge, but he's a heel.
Yeah. 2 guys that I think would have a great program with Roman. Finn, who's still over.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Finn. Great. But they'll never do it.
He's an interesting dude because that guy is like ridiculous over for a dude that they don't really
unbelievable.
They don't really do much with him.
Listen, first of all, how do you not get over if you're him? Look at him.
That's true.
Handsome guy, good body, this thing. He's got the thing going.
And Randy Orton, honestly.
Oh, okay, so I would say Orton, Riddle. Riddle has to become that guy. They have to make Riddle into a top singles babyface. And I think after that Orton feud, he'll be solidified.
You think so?
Yeah, I think once Orton and him do that thing, it's going to be really solidified because I've been gauging the children.
Okay.
I've been gauging all the children that I know
in the neighborhood.
I just walk up to them and I'm like, what do you think of Roman Reigns? Tell me now. Don't tell your dad I asked you.
Oh no!
But all the kids, like in like my family and in my friends' kids, they love Matt Riddle, and Randy Orton.
Very interesting.
Like I would say they are as over as any top babyface was over when we were kids. To these kids,
okay.
And I'm not no exaggeration. Like, who was the top babyface when you were like a kid?
8,
9 years old.
Besides
9 years old. 9-year-old Rich watching wrestling, like besides like Ultimate Warrior.
Besides Hogan and Warrior, Junkyard Dog was the man.
JYD.
I love.
Okay, JYD, cool. Yeah. I would say I was a huge Savio Vega fan. He's as over as Savio Vega. No, I'm joking. I would say like he's as over as any of those guys, like Texas Tornado.
Okay. Big John Studd.
Like any top babyface from our childhood. Bret Hart. 93, 94, how over he was as a babyface.
Yeah.
I would say that they have that same reaction to him. They love Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. And that is, they've hit gold with that.
Take Bret out of that. You know why?
Why?
Because he was not silly. Like all those other guys we mentioned.
I'm actually looking at my action figures here to see like who I could bring up as a reference.
All those guys had a dash of silliness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bret, no silly. No silly.
Very serious.
Yeah, very serious. So I would say like maybe Shawn Michaels.
But Shawn was a heel, remember?
That's true.
But he was still, you know
silly.
what? Got it. Shawn, when he was in the Rockers, like how over he was.
For sure. Yeah,
I think it's like on that level.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, people love him, man. And that was it. And the Jackass match went over so well with kids.
Oh, yeah. And adults.
They absolutely loved it. And adults. So I think they've done it. Listen, man, I think WWE is on like somewhat of an incline right now rather than a decline in interest. You know, I've been watching more of it again.
Same here.
So that's a positive because I'm very emotional when I watch wrestling. I'll start crying and turn off the TV.
You mean tired?
I'm very tired. That's what it is. Not emotional.
Not
tired.
You mean tired?
I'm tired.
I gotta go to bed. Believe me, I'm in the same boat you are, man. So, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah. So Brock Lesnar's not on this. I didn't expect him to be on this. I didn't even realize he was advertised. But NJPW reportedly secured Japanese visas for foreign talent. So expect the G1 to be slammed this year.
Dude.
Danielson in the G1. I don't know if he'll do it.
I think he'll do it.
That's a long commitment, dude. And that's a long commitment to be off of AEW TV.
Does that matter, though? It doesn't, because they have such a stacked roster. You know why?
Why?
Blackpool Combat Club.
I think it does matter.
In the G1, right? What's going to take up time on Dynamite? Every single other person on that roster.
Yeah, but
Malachi
remember,
Black,
when is the G1? August?
August, yeah.
Okay.
July, August.
They need to pump these ratings.
Mm-hmm.
the second half of the year.
Okay.
And we'll explain why in a little bit.
You'll explain why.
No, you. I want you to explain numbers. You're going to talk about all the numbers. WWE shows, SmackDown news and tidbits. You want to go into this, Rich?
Yeah, it looks like Ronda versus Charlotte is going to be an I Quit match for WrestleMania Backlash.
Okay.
The question is, is this Ronda's last singles run for a while?
Smart question. I would say that this would be the I was told that there is a working idea. This was as of the week after, so like a week and a half ago, right? Maybe last Friday, I was told. The plan is for her and Shayna Baszler to team up.
Great.
And to do a tag thing. I'm into this. And I think it's good for Ronda because you're not going to put her in predicaments that she needs to do a singles match.
Yes.
Shayna could fill in the blanks. Ronda could draw. And I think this will elevate Shayna more than anything else because they've wanted to do this for a long time. They were roommates. They lived together.
Yeah.
They got into wrestling together. So I think if they go this route, which I think they will, of her and Baszler together, it would be an interesting run for Ronda. It's an easier run for Ronda. Two badass women chasing that tag title.
They'll be on top. Yeah,
love it. Sure. Yeah, it's a real story. It's a real organic story. They know each other. They're best friends. They live together. They train together. They're both MMA fighters. Their styles are similar. You could do a lot with this.
You know what I would love to see if this happens?
What?
Shayna and Ronda versus the Divas of Doom. Beth Phoenix and Natty.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Like just cool, fun stuff.
Yeah, cool, fun stuff.
Roman sent the Usos to Raw to unify the tag team titles. He's like, get over there.
Go get those titles.
Does this mean are we kind of getting the end of the brand split, which I also feel like may end up just being split again next year?
I think this is it just shows the disparity in faces and heels in that company and how they're presented.
Yeah.
This is a great example because if you have solidified your brands, you don't need to do this.
Right.
I think they need to do it. But also, look at it this way, right? The Usos are still facing the New Day.
Forever.
And I think the reality is you don't have enough people on this roster. You don't have enough tag teams on this roster to create a really top division. But by the way, you do have some really great. You have Otis and Gable.
Over.
You have
Street
Profits.
Over.
You have Riddle and Orton. Over. You have the Usos. You have the New Day. Who else is there?
I think if they call up a couple, you have
Imperium, okay.
Right? I think if they call up a couple of dudes, you'll be fine. And I'm sure we're missing a couple of tag teams here and there,
Yeah.
Like we don't really have like a magnifying glass on the WWE stuff.
Yeah. Roman was confronted by Shinsuke Nakamura. I guess he's the next opponent, which that'll be a great match.
Love it.
Cool match. Corbin turned on Riddick Moss. Who cares?
They're really dragging this out.
They really are. I don't care at all about this.
Yeah.
And the show did 2.23 million with a 0.60 rating. Very good number. Hanging on. Raw highlights. Cody was on Miz. Cody's on Miz TV and then got all the pyro. Didn't he face Cody?
So Miz comes out.
Okay,
Miz TV.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
right?
yeah. Got it.
Cody came out in a suit.
In a suit.
Full pyro.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then later on,
they faced each other.
Full pyro, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, when was the last time they did that? Like, and full pyro twice in one night.
They're trying to tell you, man, he's important. He also says wrestling a lot.
Yes.
He talks about wrestling a ton.
Yeah. Which I like. And I did like that little bit where Cody said he's going to get that belt, and Miz quoted one of those backstage Vince McMahon things where he's like, it's not a belt, it's a title. A belt holds up your pants.
Yeah, great line.
Great.
Fantastic. Good program. It's always either The Miz or... You always start off with The Miz or you start off with Dolph Ziggler, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's always like that. That's the gauge. I don't know why. Later on, he beat The Miz. How do he look in the ring to you? He looked good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He looks great. I think they're letting him do a little more.
Yeah, they are letting him do a little more. Veer squashed Dominic Mysterio. Dominic was stretchered out. Austin Theory lost his first name, but got a U.S. title shot next week. AJ Styles, Damian Priest ended with lights going out and blue light. Okay.
Great.
Damian Priest is a spooky guy, by the way. He's a vampire.
I think we're getting more spooky.
Oh, more spookies. I told you he's going to do a Nosferatu thing.
I agree with that. I think you're going to get more spooky Edge, more spooky Damian. And you know what? I bet you they're going to turn AJ.
I want them to do. Listen to me, okay?
Okay, shoot. I'm ready.
I know these guys are listening.
Go.
In Stanford.
Uh-huh.
I want a Puerto Rican Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me on this.
Is he Lestat?
Huh?
Is he Lestat?
Yeah.
Damian Priest is Lestat. Okay.
Yeah. I want it in the worst way.
Okay.
I want it. You could do like a small.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is this your pitch on how to get Savio Vega back?
This is my pitch on how to get Savio Vega back. He's like the ultimate vampire.
I knew it.
Sleeps in the coffin and everything. But I want Damian Priest to fully embrace the vampireness.
I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to turn AJ Styles into like some kind of like Nosferatu.
You
guy
think AJ
also.
Styles is going to turn into a Dracula?
I think so. I think this is where it's headed, where they turn him.
Oh man, I'm into this.
Edge, Damian Priest, and that's a good trios right there. I want to see spooky AJ.
Well, it looks like it's going to be. I think it's going to be the third member. I believe is going to be Rhea Ripley. No, because there's going to be a split between Liv and her, like a heavy thing. So
okay,
I would imagine that. I mean that was a working idea. Who knows if they'll commit to that? But I really want that.
Me too.
I know some people could get that done for me.
Get it done.
Somebody get it done.
Somebody get it done. RK Bro and the Usos have a stare down. Oh, I'm sorry. The Usos defeated the Street Profits.
All right, whatever.
RK Bro and the Usos have a stare down to end the show.
1.8 million viewers overall, drew a 0.54 in the demo. NXT will go over very quickly, but you want to run just very quickly so we could go into everything.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes beat Solo Sikoa. Mandy Rose beat Dakota Kai to retain her title. How do you feel about where they're going with Dakota Kai right now? I feel like she's treading water a little bit.
Carlito also. Put Carlito in there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Joe Gacy put Rick Steiner's Hall of Fame ring into a fire.
Okay, whatever.
Put it on while it was still hot. Yeah, this...
Why are you torturing him?
This NXT was kind of like a dud for me. Natalia returns to NXT and attacks Cora Jade, and Pretty Deadly win the NXT Tag Team Championship in a gauntlet match.
This show reminded me very much of early 90s WWE, like 1993 WWF.
I do like that Pretty Deadly won the tag belt.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fun.
Yeah. AEW notes. All right. Wheeler Yuta had a star-making performance against Moxley on Rampage. Fantastic match. Crimson Mask. They did a great job. Loved everything about this. Very good job at building this guy. Now it's the time, maybe change the presentation a little bit. I
think they are. I think judging by last night, they're making him more of a tough guy. And the best thing for that dude was to take him away from the best friends.
Yeah. Tony Khan. Yeah.
Is he still in chaos, though?
Is he still in chaos?
Yeah.
Well, he said that Okada didn't know. He's a month. Did you see that tweet?
Yeah,
he said Okada's a month and a half behind in AEW. Nobody tell him. So we'll see what happens. Tony Khan having discussions with Warner Media about Ring of Honor. This is a interesting story here. A lot is happening in the world of AEW right now.
It really is.
This Discovery merger is definitely, not saying it's a negative, but it's definitely a wild card that's been thrown into the mix.
Yeah.
This is going to affect stuff a little bit. So Khan is talking to Warner Media about Ring of Honor. Apparently there's a huge announcement next week, which we'll speculate on. But Tony also commented about bots driving negative AEW traffic.
Let me tell you something. I love Tony Khan.
That was a bizarre tweet. I get it.
I think he's a wacky guy.
Listen, it's cool, man. It's all right. I'm cool with it.
Same here.
Nothing negative against Tony.
No, not at all.
So I read the tweet and I'm like, I get what he's saying. I get it. Yeah. We've gotten hit with the bots.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I alluded to the reference on We're Live, Pal.
Yes.
But you made a comment one time about, this is when everybody's like, Roman's getting shoved down our throats. I don't want Roman to come back. And you tweeted there was a mystery opponent for the women's title, and you said it's Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You said something along those lines.
Romana
Reigns, or whatever. And we got hit with
stand by that.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of tweets saying the same stuff over and over again. We got hit with the bots.
And also, that was taken so out of context because it was a joke about, who's going to win. It was Women's Evolution Rumble or whatever. And then number 30.
That's what it was. Who is it? It's Romano Reigns.
It's Romano Reigns. And also a lot of dum-dums were like, come on, guy. Give the women a break. I mean, dude, there's no context on Twitter, so it's like, hey, stupid, it's a joke. And you know what? Again, we love Tony Khan. We both love Tony Khan. Can I curse?
Yeah.
I think now Tony Khan's whole deal online is, you know what? I am a wacky guy. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. You know what? I think some of it is that reaction for sure. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
But a lot of conversations over this. So TBS approved an overrun for Dynamite. Also, that was in the news.
Yeah.
And Pat Buck reportedly worked as a producer last night.
Interesting.
After he quit WWE after WrestleMania.
Wow.
Dynamite. Let's go into this, Rich, because I have so much to effing say about this show, and you know what? I'm not holding back.
All right.
I'm gonna give you my honest. This is the truest response to a show because I watched that thing in its entirety last night, and I was very focused in on the show. Like I wasn't doing anything else. I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot to say about it.
This show was a home run.
I thought it was a very good show.
This show was
minus a couple things.
All right, so we're gonna get into it in the nitty gritty because I feel like you, I, and Mr. Gonzo and all our producers and everybody out there had the same reaction. And again, this is not us poo-pooing on wrestling, but the entire Dynamite was top to bottom fantastic. Right? It was like watching the Mets. I'm not going to say it's like watching the Mets win the World Series, but it's like watching your favorite team win a big game.
Yeah.
But then you look into the dugout and you see the coach just like hang himself by a noose or something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is great. What?
Yeah. What is happening?
What is happening? Maybe that's too extreme, but Punk beat Penta Oscuro with Alex Abrahantes. I love that they're making Penta like a goofy, spooky guy.
He is, yeah.
Coming out from behind, like
all that stuff.
The tombstone.
So there were a couple, I guess, bad spots. Something happened on that turnbuckle, like Punk's knee buckled or something happened.
So this is my theory, and I might offend a couple of people out there. Are you ready for this, Andrew?
Yeah.
I think Punk sold it old school, like a champ, the entire match.
Yeah.
And they weren't botches.
He was just selling really well.
He was selling so good to the point that the crowd got taken out of it because the smart crowd felt bad.
That's what I thought too.
Thinking, oh no, he's really hurt. I hope he's okay. And then I think Punk realized like, I got to do some wrestling shit right now.
Yeah.
And he did like the leg punch to make it. Yeah. He's like, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
because I think there were some communication issues.
Sure.
Like just calling stuff. But it was still like it was a great match. I very much enjoyed it. These two did great.
Oh yeah.
Punk's feeling it, and I think that you know what it was.
Wild.
He tends to wrestle the style. He wrestles a different style depending on who he's facing.
Yes.
And we saw that with Samoa Joe and Minoru Suzuki also. That was a very much a Minoru Suzuki match.
Yes.
Punk was trying to do some lucha stuff.
I loved it, and I like seeing Punk on the top rope. It's
I did too.
This dude, how old is he? Like 44, 45 almost?
42?
No, I think he's a little older than that. I think he's like...
He's only a couple years older than us.
Close to...
43.
43.
Yeah. He's born in 78.
43 now in wrestling is way different than 43 in wrestling 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Yeah.
I just got like a nice boost of good feelings.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel good.
Good.
The coffee kick.
I'm glad about it.
I'm glad we're doing this.
Very nice.
All right.
I mean, we do this every week.
I know,
I'm also
glad.
glad we're doing that.
I'm glad.
Are you guys glad we're doing this?
Because I got to tell you, this is the last show. Yeah.
Guys, we're done. We're riding off into the sunset. You know, like Tony Khan says, hey, I'm a wacky guy.
How many would people be? I mean, this is a real question, okay? How many would people be if, like, we did the show and I just right now announced, like, hey, by the way, guys, this is the last show. I'm done with Observer. I got hired at WWE.
Well, I mean, I'd have to keep this going.
And I just go, like, FAEW. I'm going to WWE. I'm the new host of The Bump.
Would I have to?
They would hate me, right? The whole internet would hate me.
I'd hate you.
Okay.
I mean, I'd hate you because I'd want to come along.
All right. I just wanted to gauge that.
That would be fun if you were the new host of The Bump.
I wouldn't do it, man. I want to have fun with it. No, I don't know, man. I want to. You know what?
They'd have to change the name to The Bump with the Grump.
The Bump with the Grump. I don't want this to be a job. As long as it's not a job, I'm having fun.
Okay.
You know, that's my mantra.
That's cool. Should we keep going?
Yeah.
Captain Sean Dean defeated MJF via countout. I want to see more of Sean Dean.
Wardlow interfered. He caused the countout. MJF tried to bribe Bryce, the referee. He counted 10. And then Wardlow yelled at the camera. and that was it. That's how it ended.
Yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Did you hear the opening intro to this?
No.
Where it's which one from 2.0 is doing it? The one that talks like this.
Oh, the rounder guy.
Roundhead. He does the opening, and it's the WWF a symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Oh, okay.
It's like Jericho Appreciation Society, the symbol of excellence in sports entertainers, and then it goes into his theme.
Jericho Appreciation Society beat Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. That was a fun match. They kicked the crap out of Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, he got clobbered in the back by a crowbar, and then he got pinned, and that was it.
That was fun.
So this was the first, in my opinion, weird moment for the show.
Okay.
Marina Shafir.
Oh, yeah.
From NXT.
Yep.
Friend of Ronda Rousey's.
Yep.
Married to Roderick Strong.
Total badass.
Okay. Total badass. Face Sky Blue to absolutely zero heat. The crowd was unbelievably silent. So I got to tell you, I did not watch this match live. I went to go take a shower.
Okay.
I watched it and I was like, oh, it's getting kind of late, I want to, because I was like, it's on, I would rewind it. And when I came back, we were in the Samoa Joe match.
How long are your showers? Are you a long shower guy?
I am a long shower guy.
Really?
Yeah, because that's the only thing that keeps my back. I actually, I have to take like a 20-minute shower.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, because my back is like totally fucked up and it opens up. But I went downstairs, I got something to eat, I got a glass of wine, I went back up.
Yeah.
So like by the time I came back, it was the ROH match, and I watched that. I didn't rewind it. So I rewatched, but I saw all the criticism for the Marina Shafir match.
I do feel bad about that.
Okay. Watching it after the criticism, it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No. People took it out of hand.
Really, it was like, and that's one of those things that, like, if I hadn't, like, when I went to watch, I'm like, okay, this isn't great, but it's not like, oh my God, I can't believe they put this on TV. It just was not a good match.
I think it was a nerves thing, to be honest. And again, this is just our speculation. I think it was a nerves thing, to be honest. And this is going to sound very silly, but these are my own thoughts. I think what threw her off was that she couldn't get out of her sweatshirt. That's just me. I feel like because like the way the announcers were, and this is such a minor thing, the way the announcers were announcing her, they were like, amazing, badass accolades, and she couldn't get out of her sweatshirt. I feel like that may have done something, and then it kind of threw everything off. But again, this is speculation. What do I know? What do you think, Andrew?
I think the sure fucked her up. No, I think Sky Blue maybe wasn't the right opponent because, she was doing some like judo stuff and you got to know how to take those spots. And I just don't think that they meshed. I think they were off like 0.3 of a second.
It should have been Layla Hirsch.
It could have been Layla Hirsch. Yeah. Why not?
You also had Team Taz, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs beating Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. This match was rocking.
I didn't see this match live. I went back right after the Minoru Suzuki match and that debacle at the end. So I went back to watch it. This was a cool match.
What a match.
I wouldn't say Hobbs looked the best that he's looked.
Yes.
This was a big Hobbs moment. I think Keith Lee looked great. Swerve and him, I like it as a team.
Yes.
Cool. I was okay with this.
Dude, Swerve, I feel like if, again, this is our thing. It's not, canon. I do think if Swerve put on just that extra 10 pounds of muscle,
oh yeah,
this guy will
gonna get big.
This guy's going to be working on top for this company for years to come.
There's something good about him.
He's so charming. He's so good in the ring, and the way he just pinballs everywhere, but very cool and very unique. It works, and I think you're going to get that feud between him and Keith Lee at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody joins Team Taz. And you know what? Your main event. What a main event. Tony Khan made the entire internet jizz their pants with the announcement of Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki.
Okay. This match was very cool. Very, very cool match for the Ring of Honor TV Championship. Joe and him, I think they did 106 chest slaps in that match. Joe's chest was bruised. Minoru's was bleeding. A very Minoru Suzuki style match. At the end, they beat the crap out of each other, by the way.
For
fantastically. At the end, He hit him with the package. What does he call it? What is his call for that move?
The Muscle Buster?
Yeah, but does he call it anything else? Or is it just standard Muscle Buster?
Just a Muscle
Okay,
Buster.
I was curious about that. So I hit him with this the Muscle Buster. Got the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Jay Lethal and
Mhm.
Sanjay are out there, and he goes, "Hey, I got a present for you." And he takes his finger and he gives him the middle finger from the box.
Great.
Okay, funny.
Great.
And then this was the overrun.
Mm-hmm.
Santam Singh. Did I say it right?
Santam Singh.
Santam
Santam Singh.
Singh.
Just say it like how it's spelled.
Santam.
Yeah.
Like that? Santam.
Santam Singh.
Okay.
Saturday.
He came out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
attacked Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
No one gave a shit. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this? And the announcers are trying to make this like, poor Tony Schiavone, the
Ugh.
only one that could do this. He's like, that's that. And like, he's trying to remember his name. And he's
Mhm.
like, that's Santam Singh. He's the first, the tallest Indian to ever play basketball in the NBA. Like something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like he says like whatever. He was drafted by the Grizzlies in 2019.
He never made it to the NBA though.
He was drafted by the Mavericks and he was traded to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
He only played in the G League and never made it to the NBA.
There is a documentary about this guy too, if you want to check it out on Netflix.
Yeah. So there's a 2016 documentary that it's his journey to the NBA as the first Indian-born player. Okay. And I watched this and I said, holy moly, like, is this the worst ending for Dynamite?
But is it a smart move? Are they Kaliing this dude to get that market?
Well, here's the deal, right? This
Yeah.
was to appease Warner Media and Discovery.
Mhm.
Eurosports, which is owned by Discovery, is in India.
Eurosport India.
Eurosport India. It's owned by Discovery, and they want more attention in India. Listen, they got billions of people there.
Great.
They have, how do you not want to saturate that market? And this is, everybody tries this, man.
Mm-hmm.
But could you have done it a different way? Absolutely. 100%.
Did you?
I get why you did it.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
for sure.
I totally get it. But the execution just looked terrible.
It's, again, this is not us taking a dump on it. In fact, it's
I'm taking a dump.
it's almost the opposite. I'm not taking a huge dump on it because I feel like this is like it's like classic wrestling booking. It's like Vince style, and then a big guy that nobody knows.
It was very WWE-ish.
Mm-hmm. He had his fingies all in Joe's mouth and shit.
Why do they all, like, every one of these giants that debut,
Mm-hmm.
why do they walk like a Frankenstein?
Yeah, nobody does a 450.
Everybody, nobody's doing a 450 splash, dude. They all come in like Frankenstein's monster.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is that, dude? Like, why are you crushing Samoa Joe's head?
They're all abominable creations.
They are all abominable creations. Absolutely. Kali, this dude, Giant Gonzalez,
Yeti.
The Yeti.
The Yeti.
I hope they fucking wrap toilet paper around this guy and have Tony Schiavone scream, he's back.
Be hysterical.
Okay?
That'd be hysterical.
I hope they do that. I hated this so much. I hated everything about it. I get why. But guys, I'm sure there's a big picture idea here.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely. And you know what?
There's a big picture idea. It just didn't come off well whatsoever.
The show is so good that you can almost let this slide. I think it's funny how every so often there'll be kind of a hiccup, right? Like Jericho falling into the cardboard, the bomb not going off in the death match, this guy showing up.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments that I have right after Dynamite, I shut the TV off and went, all right, that's enough of that.
Dude.
And just went right to bed.
I actually said, why would you do this out loud?
Yelling at your wife.
Yeah.
Why would
Yelling
you do
at her.
this?
Why would you do this to me? Terrible. Sucked. Did not like it. But there was plenty of good that also happened.
Absolutely.
Where it kind of took it away.
Do you think this is going to start the show next week?
I think they're going to make a reference on how terrible it was. On something. Like
Interesting.
being the elite or something. AEW Rampage 415. We got a lot of AEW. We got 415 Rampage live, and we got Battle of the Belts on 416. We have a Oh, did you, after the show went off, did you see William Regal get cursed?
Yes.
Very cool stuff.
Oh, I got a question for you. Okay. Would it have made it better if at the end of Rampage, they do the whole spot with the big dude, right? You got Jay Lethal, you got Dutt out there, right? They want Samoa Joe, right?
Yeah.
Yuta, Mox, and Bryan come out, and there's a stare down.
Okay.
Inferring that Joe
joins
I
think Joe would be a great addition.
Right.
But should they go with a younger guy or should they go with Joe?
I think they go with Joe.
You think they should?
Because they're like the veterans and you're building up Yuta. I think that would have been a better ending if I was going to be armchair booker. Have a stare down between these guys and these guys.
They could have had nothing. They could have had a dance off. I think Minoru Suzuki dancing at the end would have been a better ending than what they did. With
what if Minoru was dancing? It made him dance. Him getting Frankenstein in the head, and then Minoru just got up and was doing a little shimmy and shake.
Terrible. Here's something else that's kind of been weird. This Hangman Page and Adam Cole match has kind of gotten brushed to the side, huh?
Yeah, for real.
Like the whole Adam Page run has kind of been not bad. It's just no attention on it. Yeah. It's not the prime focus. Mm-hmm. Everything else is the focus except for your world title. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know why.
It's interesting what they're doing. Again, we talk about this all the time. Is it because there's so many people on the roster you can't really give people their due when they need to? Or is it like Adam Cole's whole AEW run has kind of been Adam Page's whole AEW run has kind of been a slow burn. Do you think this is adding to that slow burn?
I think it's a slow burn because you have a quarterly pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. So they got to wait till September to get to him and Punk, right?
Yeah.
If that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which it looks like it probably is. Mm-hmm. So if that's what you're doing, then you start building sometime in the summer for September. And now that becomes a prime focus when you have CM Punk cutting the promos and you have Hangman cutting the promos. But really, right now, I think he's in like limbo, waiting till the next major opponent. Mm-hmm. I thought we should have gotten way more attention to Hangman Page and Adam Cole for the title.
For sure.
But it's taken a kind of a back seat here. Blackpool Combat Club versus the Gun Club.
Can't wait.
Owen Hart Foundation Tournament qualifier, Ruby Soho and Robin Renegade?
Yeah.
Okay. AEW battled the belts on Saturday that goes up against the New Japan show, which Jon Moxley's on.
Very interesting.
TNT Championship, Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara, Ring of Honor World Championship, Jonathan Grisham and Dalton Castle.
Can't wait for that.
This is going to be cool. I'm into that. And Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Awesome.
Dynamite 420 lineup. Wardlow versus The Butcher, Hook in action for the first time on Dynamite. Owen Hart Foundation Tournament qualifier, Dr. Britt Baker and Danielle Camella. There you go. Thank you. Owen Hart Foundation Tournament qualifier, Jungle Boy and Kyle O'Reilly. Coffin match, Darby Allin versus Andrade. Oh, I want a spooky Andrade.
Yes.
And Tony Khan will make a huge announcement. What is this announcement?
Yeah, I already said what the announcement was.
He's a bot. He's becoming a bot.
I'm a bot. Listen, I'm a wacky guy. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. You think that's what he's going to do?
I think that's what he's going to do. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Luchasaurus should lose that mask or upgrade the mask?
I think Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus should split.
Mm-hmm. That didn't answer my question, though.
Lose the mask.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lose the mask or upgrade it?
Get it
like a really awesome.
Lose it in a hair versus mask match.
I put this out last night. Would you lose your shit if Luchasaurus takes his mask off with the wig?
Yeah.
It's Roman Reigns.
It's Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's Kane.
They're same body type.
Same body.
They can switch the tattoos around a little bit. I think that would break the internet.
Very cool stuff.
We got to get out of here in 15 minutes. You want to do some questions?
Let's do some questions, boys and girls.
All right. This is a super chat from Christopher Lake. And speaking of super chats, you could fund us.
Let's do 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. You could fund us any amount on YouTube. And if you want to see us in Vegas, hashtag it with Viva Las Vegas. Add your question. We'll answer your super chats ahead of everything else. And this one is from Christopher Likey. Do you see WWE unifying all titles except for the IC and US?
I can see them doing that. And then, I think if they occasionally combined it for a short term, like 6 months, and then got, split it again and then combined it again, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah. When's the last time they did this double title thing? When Orton had both titles, or when it was just a unified title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just unified them.
I want to see like one belt.
You want to see one belt.
And
I like the multiple belts.
I think if you merge the U.S. Intercontinental title, you have to create a new belt with a new name.
I don't want that. I want that IC title.
Yeah.
Those secondary titles are important, I think. My opinion.
This is from Kyle Masters, $5. Thanks, buddy.
Yo.
They should have just had that guy sit at ringside all night, having people wonder who the F is this tall fan.
Sure.
And then hop the barricade at the end.
Sure.
Good way to do it.
Better way to do it. Not
Yeah.
against doing it, just a better way to do it.
Better way to do it. Fascinating. So derisive. Divisive, sorry. This is another $5 from Kyle Masters. # Viva Las Vegas. Thanks, buddy. We got a super chat here from Shreya Hashemi. $5. Thank you. Viva Las Vegas. What if The Rock shows up and then God debut as part of his bloodline?
Oh my God.
All of the dudes.
But they're not related. God, they're Tongan. They're not Samoan.
Well, I mean, The Rock considers Haku his uncle.
Does he?
Yeah. He gave him like a beautiful truck last year. I don't know if you saw that.
He gave Haku a truck?
He gave him like a Chevy Silverado.
Really?
Yeah, he gave him like a beautiful...
Is he like Oprah? He just hands cars to people?
I think he gave him like a beautiful truck, and I remember him being like, this is for my uncle, blah, 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 blah. Like, I love you, the King Haku. Look it up. It's very sweet. Very sweet moment.
Interesting.
We got a 1999 super chat from EMC4K. Thanks, bud. Your opinion on turning Sammy and Tay into a millennial version of heel Lita and Edge after this TNT title feud, since their face
I'm into it.
Since their face run isn't working out.
I like it.
Make them dirty?
Make them dirty. I mean, they're so unlikable together. It's wild.
It's really wild how unlikable they are.
Like separate, they're likable.
Yes.
But combined, they're really despicable to
You know
me.
why? Because they're the couple that you're like, ugh, them again.
I love it. I love despicableness.
Yeah.
Like, you could do this. You could turn them. Like, I think that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Turn them into like a millennial version of Lita and Edge.
They're just food bloggers.
They're just food bloggers? That's all they do?
Just like taking pictures of their food. What else do millennial influencers that you hate do?
Do you know what I am? I'm not a millennial.
What are you?
I'm an exennial.
Okay.
Because I am way too old to identify as a millennial, but I'm too young to be Gen X.
Yeah, I think we fall into the same category. We're the crossover.
We're the crossover.
I'm also a bicentennial man.
You are the bicentennial.
I'm searching
man.
for the parts to make me whole.
You're a golden robot. Wasn't that it? That was Robin Williams, right? He was bicentennial man. Stupid movie.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
Great stupid movie.
Everybody gets old except him, and then he kills himself at the end.
That's Jack.
That was Jack. Okay, sorry.
No. Was that Jack?
Jack is the one that he's like, he's a 11-year-old that looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. There was this Greek kid in my class. Okay, I forgot his name, but they used to call him Apocalypse. Okay, because he had braces with the Greek flag on him.
Oh,
so the kids used to call him Apocalypse.
Like purple lips. All right.
Okay, so mean. But he was gigantic. He was like 5'9" in like 4th grade or 5th grade.
Wow.
Okay. And one of the kids turned around and would call him Jack.
That's
constantly. This kid was ridiculed. I never did that. I'm not a bully.
Yeah.
I was friends with him. He came to my house one time for basketball and he got bullied by these mean kids. It was terrible.
Sometimes I knock on wood, I still get carded, which is weird.
You get carded? Nice.
I do. Sometimes when I get carded, I go, I'm really 17, but I got that Jack disease going on.
It's poor kid. Which is Jack.
Which is a really weird reference to make to like a cashier that's probably in their early 20s who's never seen that movie.
Chat room, Queens kids. Yep.
Let's
Welcome
go.
to Queens.
This is from Edie Gomez. I totally lost it. Since Jon Moxley's contract expires next month, do you see him returning to WWE to confront Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank?
I don't think so.
No.
He's having, I think now with Cody, it's a different story, but Moxley really, he wants to wrestle, man. He doesn't want to be in the movies. He doesn't want to be in a reality show. He wants none of that. He wants to just wrestle and then go home to his wife and his kid and then go and wrestle some more.
Mm-hmm. He's living the life.
life.
He's living the life right now.
Yeah.
Geriatric millennial.
Geriatric millennial, yeah.
I think that's what it is. Let's see. This is from a friend of the show, Chris Farrell. Is anyone else over the Sammy and Scorpio stuff?
They got to separate them eventually, but keep the title on Scorpio.
Yeah, it's tough. I think for guys in that mid card now, because of so much emphasis on like your veterans,
Yeah.
right? Like these guys would have, like, if this was right when AEW started, people would have been all about it. But now I think it's like, do you think it's sink or swim at this point for a lot of these guys?
Give me an example of who you think.
Scorpio and Ethan Page. Because like
no, I think I think more for I think Scorpio needs to like hit this out of the park.
Mhm.
I think Ethan has a little bit more flexibility because Scorpio's been around longer.
Right,
You know what I mean?
But it's interesting because like you have guys like, you know, your main event was Joe versus Suzuki, right?
Yeah.
Your opener was Punk and
A bunch of 40-year-olds.
Penta,
Yeah.
right? These guys are established. They're all badasses, right? They have insanely giant personalities. That was my question. Like, do you think it's, hey, we got to start tweaking stuff so we can get to that level?
Yeah, I think Ethan Page has found his rhythm. I think that he just needs more TV time and needs to, you know, we need to see him in matches, in bigger matches.
Mhm.
But I get it. I think for Scorpio, like this is his shot. You know, they feel very confident with him as that champion, and I think he could become like a good TV champion more than anything else.
Fair enough. This is one from Bob Callie on Twitch here. Maybe Yuta does the G1 instead of Bryan Danielson.
Cool. Yeah. You could say that you sent an ambassador to represent the club, you know, and you do a whole thing.
What if we get Mox and Yuta in the G1, right?
Yeah.
But then Shooter shows up.
Oh my God.
And you have like this whole kind of like Yuta and Shooter facing each other for Mox's affection.
Wow. I'm into that.
This is from Colonel Stutters on Twitch.
Oh, Colonel Stutters.
That's a great name. Is the announcement next week the streaming deal, do you think?
I'll know more closer to next week. It's something. And normally, you know, like they say, huge announcement. Like last time, I mean, Ring of Honor was a big announcement. You know? That was a big announcement to announce that Ring of Honor is now, you know, Tony owns Ring of Honor. So, you know, a lot of this also is to appease that streaming deal.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Ring of Honor has so much placement on TV. You're creating the image that this is a big television product. This is not some rinky-dink indie. Look, they're on TV. These guys are the champions. Look how great they are. They're representing the brand. They fit the AEW model also. Overall presentation is great. Give us this deal. So if that is what they have, I think that's great. And I would expect that it's a Warner Media property for sure, whatever they're doing. Maybe this is the moment that they announce some sort of HBO Max deal. Maybe they announce a streaming deal that's on AEW. It's all about creating assets and building the brand.
Yeah.
Going into a new contract, and this is the moment. Now you're completing those pieces in the puzzle. So we'll see.
I think we got time for one more question.
One more. Let's do it.
All right. This is from Connor. Would it do more for Cody to win Money in the Bank and cash in on Roman, or have him win at SummerSlam or the Cardiff show?
I think the Cardiff show really needs to be for Drew.
Yes.
You know, the whole UK thing, that would be a big moment for him. Which I know he's not from Wales, but
He's
still
from Scotland.
Still the region. Cody winning Money in the Bank is a great idea, but he doesn't cash in on Roman. He cashes it in on Drew because there's an organic story there where they both left and reinvented themselves and came back bigger than ever. So I think that to me makes a lot more sense rather than having him attempt to beat Roman now. Because I think you need a longer program for that. And you don't need the Money in the Bank for that one.
Right.
You know, now you could do something else. I wouldn't have them touch, to be honest. I wouldn't have Cody and Roman touch. I think those two should be your top guys on each brand. One a top babyface and one a top heel. And you keep them away. And then when you do bring them together over time, in a Rumble moment or Survivor Series moment, that's like a big, like, oh, crap. Now they're teasing this match. They don't need to get to this match now.
What if the cash-in was at WrestleMania?
I mean, I'm going to say that Roman is married to Dwayne right now.
No, but I'm saying you put the Money in the Bank on Cody.
Yeah.
Right? WrestleMania happens. You get Rock versus Roman. Right?
Okay. Roman wins. He cashes in.
Cody cashes in.
I think that takes away from the ending.
Okay.
I think that takes away from it a little bit. But I mean, listen, they've done it before. That'd be interesting. See what happens. I think they would boo. They would boo Cody.
But the dude can work heel as good as he can work face.
All right, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you all next time.
Love you guys.
I got to get that train. Bye-bye.